That's weirdly sadistic.
Pac Dog! No!
And there's Puka for some reason.
I don't even know who that is.
It's an enemy from Dig Dug.
Oh my god! It's Cranky Pac-Man!
Cranky Pac-Man's had a bit too much of the Pac cider. Oh no, he packed drowned.
Is that supposed to be Miss Pac-Man? I thought she had a nose.
Miss Pac-Man? Who's that?
Oh. Okay.
You can meet the real Pac-Man.
Yeah, you bet you can meet the real Pac-Man and his food up your ass.
Gonna open a can of Waka Waka on your ass. Put out the obligatory tweet that we're streaming.
This is a weirdly jazzy intro music.
This game is weirdly jazzy. So this is Pac-Man World Re-Pac, a game that no one saw coming, literally nobody. It just turned up in a Nintendo Direct one day and everyone was like, aight.
This is like a, hold on, Pac-Man World. Okay, so the first one was a Game Boy game? Wow.
PS1 game.
Oh,
So it was
PS1
PS
GBA.
Yeah. So what happened is it was on PS1, then it got a sequel and another sequel, so 3 games in total, and then for some utterly bizarre reason later, they made GBA versions of them, like way later. Also, there was a game in between this and Pac-Man World 2, I think, called Miss Pac-Man's Maze Madness. And the running joke is the only reason this remake exists, apart from the fact it's a cult classic that's quite rare, is because Bandai Namco, for many reasons, does not want to acknowledge Miss Pac-Man exists. Because that's a whole...
There's legal issues surrounding it that
there's legal issues there. And the company involved, if I told you it was the people who made those shitty emulation consoles that you see pop up every Christmas for Sega, yeah, they own Miss Pac-Man.
It's highly unfortunate.
Well, they don't own Miss Pac-Man, they own
the
royalties to it, and Bandai Namco's like, we want nothing to do with this. So
rather than bother, just decided not to get involved.
So this remake literally came out of nowhere. Right, good, it is in performance mode.
That is a borderline 100% file. Impressive.
It is. So what I understand, this game has had a lot of tweaks from the original. Like, all the jank is pretty much gone. There's a new move been added. The way the hub was laid out is different. The ending is different, if you get everything. There was no, like, 100% secret ending in the original, so that's nice. A lot of the boss fights are different. We captured his entire family.
.3D platformer. Okay.
Yeah. So I do know this. In the original, when you ate a power pellet, you didn't turn into Super Pac-Man. You just kind of stayed normal.
Huh.
This is a nice touch.
Ah, yes. Butt bounce.
So you can butt bounce.
Not ground pound, butt bounce.
So the cool thing about the butt bounce, after you've done enough of them, you end up in this, like, really cool rhythm.
Like being able to chain them together, or
yeah, like this.
How highly delicious.
And you can throw your pack dots.
Oh, that's helpful.
So, I know this, in the original, he kind of always threw them at his feet.
Oh.
Which was, like, really weird.
Hmm.
And you can also charge them up.
Ooh. Oh, it costs 5 to do that, alright.
Yeah, the pack bomb is a bit different. Pretty sure that's new. Swim in. So you sink automatically and you jump to go on the surface. We are collecting fruit for a reason. The game will tell us all this. Tokens are for the end of level minigame. So, green switches will only activate once. Once you've pressed it, that's it.
Okay. So it's just a permanent level change of some kind. I hope I don't get pulled into this 1 o'clock meeting. I don't know why I'm there.
Orange switch is a time switch.
Okay.
I like the ghost mountain over there.
That does look pretty.
So you can butt bounce on trampolines.
It's a bounce pad.
Don't.
Okay.
Grab these oranges. So you can't break boxes that are underwater. However, what you can do is blue treasure chests will have metal dots in them.
Okay, so it's the metal shoes from Super Mario 64.
Yes. Makes you a bit slower. Makes your jump heavier. Usual stuff. You're also invincible.
I think you were invincible with the metal, I guess it's metal cap.
You weren't.
Mario.
Also spin dash.
Huh.
So in the original, this had a significant knockback if you hit an enemy with it. In this version, it doesn't.
Okay, just kills it without doing anything fancy. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is the new move.
He has a flutter jump.
He has a flutter jump.
Is there a number 5? Or is it a 2?
The 2.
Oh.
So you have to hit the switches in
understand.
sequence.
I understand. This one labeled 1.
And because I hit the first switch, the elevators will change direction.
It's one of those.
This game is very simple, and also, as the first proper evolution of Pac-Man, this is like weirdly creative. So, fruit doors. I need an apple.
That's an apple.
Yellow switch makes Pac dots appear. I think you just get a point bonus for killing all the ghosts. It's not actually a thing.
That's what it looks like.
Ooh, and grapefruit. So we had 3 medals. Ooh.
Oh.
Now with that. I'm not very good at this.
Has to be 3 of a kind, yeah. Oh, but if you get 2, it's points.
So it's got the collecting dots and eating the ghosts that Pac-Man's always had. It's got new stuff. Still got the score.
How charming.
Yeah. This was, outside of Pac-Man 2, this was the first, like, real let's try something. So every level
it has the Kung letters.
has the Kung letters. And this time they spelled Pac-Man.
Which makes more sense.
There's also a Gallagher ship you have to collect. We'll get into what all these different things do as and when we come across them. So we've collected a lemon.
What in the Pac-Man game is this?
You just asked what kind of Pac-Man game is this?
It looks like a Spyro game, but it's Pac-Man. What is this trash?
Pac-Man will.
Trash.
No, I called this trash. Spyro's good.
I find this to be very charming.
It is very charming.
Pac-Man's gonna give me nightmares from this.
Not from this, you won't.
No.
Look, face. Look at him now.
You ain't even.
Have you seen? You haven't seen Pac-Man 2.
You have not seen
No, I
Pac-Man 2, have you?
No.
That's the game where you can make him kill himself. That game is special.
Yeah, that game
I
will make
mean-
you feel. That game will make you feel things.
Like Sonic 06 kind of things, or
Kinda, yeah.
no?
It's bad.
I don't think there is worse than Sonic 06, is there?
Also, there's a cum
There
monster.
Oh, there is. Sonic 06 isn't that bad compared to other things I've seen.
That makes me feel bad for you. I don't want to know what you've seen.
No, you probably don't.
You really don't, because I've had him experience some very bad games.
Oh, Lordy.
P. Good news is all the letters are in order, so that's
As you would expect.
/hope.
Well, I would probably like cry if they weren't, because I don't think my my autism could take it.
Ah, yes. With these letters, I can spell the secret phrase, Timinaka.
Oh my god, Pac-Man made it go well.
Pa.
Ah.
A is for Pac-Man.
Is that a... Cherries. This feels like a newer Donkey Kong Country games. Just in terms of how it looks and how it's structured.
I mean, this was very late 90s, PS1 era, so.
Okay, that makes sense.
Orang?
Orang! No!
I mean, you want to see a traumatizing Pac-Man design, just Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. They gave him teeth.
Oh no, no. That surely cannot be a thing.
And his mouth is like... So you know how in the original Pac-Man, he kind of like... The mouth goes to the exact middle of the sprite?
Yeah.
Imagine that in 3D.
Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. Let me Google this shit.
It was a cartoon show in 2 games. It was an
Oh.
attempt to reboot Pac-Man, basically.
Oh, I see the teeth.
And then Smash Brothers came along and said, yeah, fuck that shit. And we've had this design again ever since. Ooh, hello.
M.
Pam. Good for her.
We now have Pam. That's one letter off of Pram.
God, I love the butt bounce.
It is a very beauteous thing.
Oh yeah, for some reason there's metal enemies that you can only kill while metal.
Oh, there's C. It's inside that grapefruit door. I just saw it.
Grapefruit, the worst fruit known to man.
Does it even count as a fruit? Don't answer that.
I mean... I'm fairly sure in some official capacity it is. Ah, the Galaga door. So every stage has a Galaga door, because... Namco. And inside, once you find the Galaga, is something pretty neat.
Oh, I missed the Galaga secret.
So behind every Galaga door is a maze.
Nice.
This plays exactly like you think it does.
Okay.
Also, Pac-Man swims deceptively fast.
There's a dot by itself, like in the top right.
There we go, that's the bonus maze done for the level.
So do you have to find just the door, or is there like an icon and then also a door?
So you have to find the Galaga, and then the door. You usually see the door first.
Okay. I understand.
Apple.
Yep.
I mean, in the way this game is, like, played, like, it's 3D, but it's 2D. It reminds me of 3D World a lot.
Hmm.
I think the other two Pac-Man World games are, like, full 3D.
Huh.
And have the environments open and all that kind of stuff.
He's
That's a
dead.
health wedge.
Oh, it's a ledge grab, okay.
Un banana.
Then you have whatever opens that door.
It's an apple in a bandana.
E.
The fucking Street Fighter banana. That'll be a thing later.
It's gonna be a thing like Crash Bandicoot where it wants you to collect every pellet in the level or else you get penalized.
No.
Okay.
I think the only things that count to 100% are the Pac-Man letters, the mazes, and saving all your friends.
Wait, is the key for a bonus stage or something?
No, the key is for saving your friends.
Oh.
So one level will have a key, and another level will have one of the friends in.
Oh, so they won't be in the same level, okay.
Well, sometimes they are. So every world has its own bonus game, so it's the same one for every pirate level and that kind of stuff like that.
Okay.
Just collect all the fruit before the timer runs out.
Oh, okay. 16.
I actually think the first one's the hardest.
Oh, because you can't swim while,
Yeah.
right. Four, okay.
If you're good at this, you can get lots of extra lives real fucking quick.
That's an if.
I think the timing is fixed, so once you've got it...
Okay. This piece looks like a butt.
Yeah, I did get the key, right. So you'll notice, this level, as it's telling me, is where the key's used. And you can also tell because
Oh,
Puka's there.
I didn't see Puka, I just saw the key icon. Oops. Yo, the music in here kind of good.
So it's weird. Some people, apparently if you listen to the music outright, can tell that it's the original like PS1 versions of the music.
Huh. He.
Also, if you're playing in handheld mode, those fucking cannons are the loudest thing in the game.
I understand.
I also played this entire game pretty much in handheld mode, so...
Makes sense.
I don't know, it's quite cozy. Sat on my grandmother's sofa. Playing Pac-Man.
That sounds very nice. I feel like I would enjoy this more than the new DKC games.
The new DKC games... I'll say new, the last one was 2014. Are deceptively fucking hard.
It's not the difficult. It's not the difficulty. It's like they just feel and look nice. The DKC games are also like they're nice, but I feel like they lack charm. Like they're almost charming, but not quite.
Eh.
Oh yeah, but the difficulty I will not dispute that they are legitimately challenging games.
And but. And the letter A.
Which is good. Which is good.
Waka waka.
Staring right at the camera. Look at that.
He knows what he did. So, this game is on everything. But it runs at 30 FPS on the Switch. Not that it matters.
Not that it really. I don't think it matters.
It like, really doesn't.
It doesn't look like a game where it would matter.
Plus, there's a... So this has a... Okay, this is weird. So there's a performance mode and a quality mode, right? The only difference is, in performance mode, which is what I've got it on, the game stays at 30 FPS way more, and the resolution is slightly lower.
Okay.
That's it. Otherwise, it's 1080p, and I'm like, eh.
I'd rather have the good frame rate.
I'd rather have the performance. Like, even when I first played Spider-Man, which was the PS5 version, it was like you could play in 4K with ray tracing, or you could play with
1080p 60 FPS.
it was like 1080p ish with ray tracing, but it was 60 FPS, but it was lower quality and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I'll fucking take that.
You get the consistent 60. It's like, I'd love that. Oh, the pallet. That's a weird pallet location. Pallet location. Okay, there's the door. Do we have a rank with you now?
Poor Cappy. Look. So I heard, there's the Gallagher, that you played Pac-Man 2.
To say that he played Pac-Man 2 is a bit of
he experienced
not entirely
Pac-Man 2.
Yeah, we all experienced Pac-Man 2 collectively. We were all in on this together. None of us were scathed. Sorry, none of us were unscathed. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, none of you got away with not experiencing the Pac being back.
We thought it was just like some haha funny bad platformer, and then we noticed the infinite loop of him like running into a dog and getting chastised by his wife and just running into the painter, and just like an infinite loop of pain and suffering, and we all felt
Can you imagine? Can you call that a platformer?
We wasn't even touching the controller. We all felt terrible. It was the most evil and surreal experience. I was like, hey, do the parrots kill you?
They can drop bombs.
They drop bombs, okay.
Yeah, so the mazes have hazards in them.
It's like they're not bad on their own, but don't stick around them for long.
Yeah. Some of the hazards in later mazes get quite notable.
I understand.
But you know, Cappy, don't let Pac-Man 2 put you off this game. This game's good. Pac-Man 2 isn't, but...
This game is already very cozy. This is the first time I have seen it. Like, I kind of dig it, and I don't even like platformers.
It's very PS1. You know that PS1 vibe I've got this weird fascination with? It's that.
Oh. Oh wait. Why am I looking it up on the eShop when I can look it up straight from your profile?
I mean, there is physical versions too. I found that out when I was on holiday.
I'm just looking at the price.
It ain't cheap. I think it's like...
I just want to see if it's 40, 50, or 60.
I think for you it's 40, because for me it was 35.
It's $30 American. What the hell? That's kind of a steal. I was expecting it to be 40.
Honestly, it's kind of a substantial game as well.
I know. It's like, that's... Huh. Yeah, I want to find this physical if I can help it. When did it release?
Released in August.
Very recently. Okay, August of this year.
Yeah, it was like announced in like July, and then it just kind of turned up. And everyone was like, wait, what? Pac-Man World?
Mark that on the list.
I know Nick's played it.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Because we talked about it when we were up there. Because I saw a physical copy and I was like, oh, yes. Hey, here's a power-up that doesn't turn out much. The bomb dot. Can't think of many places that's used. You know, I don't think many people are going to talk about this game in the long run. But...
Oh, it's fairly recent. I can probably go to Best Buy and get it. I also need a new pair of headphones. The ones I've had for like a decade are finally starting to wear out.
I see, I need new headphones soon as well, actually.
And like the problem I'm having with this one is the different problem I've had with all the other ones. Like all the other ones, I'll like lose the hearing in one ear. The problem I'm getting with this one is like the jack. The jack connection to like plug in is somewhat faulty and doesn't always work. Which is actually like a slightly more desirable problem than like missing hearing in one ear. Because you can fiddle with the jack.
Yeah, you can.
Which I have been doing. Oh no, Pac-Man was my father.
Well, probably.
Look, it's a Pac lad and his Pac dad. Never getting tired of that joke.
It's a good joke.
That's some weird perception. Not the game's fault, I think just like that perspective and that angle is just weird no matter what.
And thus we saved Puka. So a little fact about me, I have this... When I get bored, and this is quite often, I will just randomly start playing Dig Dug. And Galaga. Like, I'll play the fuck out of Galaga.
I understand. Oh, it's the same layout.
Yeah, it's always the same layout in each world. So, the pirate world will always be this minigame. The next world will have its own one, and so on and so forth.
Got it.
Honestly, lots of them are easier than this one. Yeah, I played Dig Dug. And Galaga. And Pac-Man. I'll play Pac-Man Championship Edition from time to time.
I have seen him play that game. That game is bizarrely therapeutic.
That's part of why I play them.
Like, I've never seen a Pac-Man game before just like feel like it relieves stress.
Tetris too.
Depending on the game.
Tetris Effect. Tetris 99, no.
Tetris Effect, mwah.
Tetris 99, absolutely not. That game is the opposite of stress relief.
You play Tetris Effect if you want to prove a point. Have you seen a game called Pix the Cat? Question for you. I have not heard of it.
I've seen a game called... I've heard of Pix the Cat.
Never heard of this before. It's on everything.
Someone feels the Pac-Man Championship. Alright, time for the first boss.
$6 American on Steam, $10 American on Switch. Goes on sale a lot.
Alright, the one downside of having a sweaty finger is that it slips off the control stick.
Oh, this is a run forehead section?
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, damn it, I lost the upper path because I butt bounced. Alright, windbag. What you need to do is hit the switches to bounce his attacks back at him, basically.
Okay.
I will say this, so Pac-Man in this game has a completely different design from the original. Like, they made him more symmetrical. Nearly there. Okay, that one missed apparently.
Easy game, easy life.
We just killed a sentient ship. But also, I'm not entirely sure if Pac-Man can feel remorse.
Pac-Man feels many things.
Hunger, primarily.
And smugness. Ooh. Oh, baby. You got the thing.
We got the Galaxian. Oh, we have finished the first world. Hi, Puka. Right. So welcome to maze mode.
Oh.
So,
Nice.
the
Nice
later
to see.
stages are the ones you play in the stages. These ones are completely optional, but they're there for 100%, so guess what we're doing?
Hey.
I'd say hunger is second to his crippling existential dread. I don't know, it seems alright in this one now that Miss Pac-Man's gone.
Also the omniscient catapult user. Or slingshot user.
Yeah, the omnipotent slingshot guy. Yeah, he's gone too. Miss Pac-Man, of which there is no affiliation, and the demon god that torments him. Poor Pac-Man.
You deserve better in that game. You also deserve worse. I think he like murdered a painter or something.
He also destroyed the cunt monster.
Someone had to.
I mean, someone had to at that point. That was just
That hardly counts.
I admit, I don't play like classic Pac-Man that often, so I realise I'm probably doing this in a completely amateurish way. But fuck you, I don't care.
I don't know if it matters that much unless you're trying to go for like speed.
Oh, hi, Nick.
Oh.
Have you regrown your head yet?
No. I think you can see that.
Are you going
thought
to?
I've beaten Pac-Man, so I thought I'd come watch you play it.
I mean, to be fair, when I met him, he did seem a little bit shorter off the top.
Got him.
Big bone sticking out.
Big bone sticking out. Clearly an elephant's feels bone.
Is this all you've got left to do then? Just
No,
grind the,
so I've started a new file.
Oh. Oh, okay.
We are live on Twitch.
Alright. I didn't know, I haven't really kept up, so I didn't know if you'd done it on the, if you'd done the first playthrough on Twitch.
No.
No.
I did that on my grandmother's couch.
When I saw him boot his game, he had a 94% save file just sitting there.
Yeah, part of me is very much glad that, you know, I'm playing on the Switch instead of an Xbox in terms of this because there was an achievement, like an achievement on Xbox to get to like I think it's like level 9 of like classic Pac-Man. Fuck that! I cannot do that. Luckily, that's not like 100% completion requirement for this game, and I'm so.
Yeah, I'm not surprised it didn't say get to level 256, but that's asking a whole lot.
Like, I don't remember the last level I got to on Classic Pac-Man when I played in the arcade. I want to say it was like 6 or 7.
I got pretty good at the Google Pac-Man. Is that even still alive?
I didn't even know that I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, that was a big thing when I was in school because it was easy way to play a game.
The big thing when I was in school was using Python to get access to folders we don't get access to and go into Space Pinball.
Oh my god, it's actually still playable.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, you just type in Google Pac-Man, it gives you, it's basically Pac-Man, but it's on the Google logo. Like, it's the Pac-Man sort of art style, but the level is shaped to be the Google logo. Or just the word Google, I should say. You can play it 2-player as well.
I've tried to get high scores in Space Cadet Pinball. I can get like a second orange sphere in the middle of the board, and by then I've lost all my lives. That's as far as I've gotten.
Alright, that's World 1 done. So interestingly, there's 3 sets of levels. So there's the first 3, the second 2, and then the final one. You can do those sets of levels in any audio one.
Boss last? Yeah. Or, sorry, first?
No, so you can go through... So you have to go through each world in order, but you can just kind of do a level over here, then a level over here.
Okay. You have to do like all levels to progress, but...
Yeah.
It annoys me though that like, they've got this like, well, basically, they're not... It's wrong. I think like, say like, world 1's in the middle, it should be 2 on the left, 3 on the right, but that's not how it works. At least later anyway. I don't know if it does for the first set of 3. The branching path next for the next 2.
I know in the original game, all the levels in the hub were just in like a long line.
Oh really?
Yeah, so you had the first world, and then you had to go right, and then you were in the second world, and then you had to go right again, you were in the third world.
That makes more sense.
Made backtracking a fucking bitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it's the collected up nicely more with this one. I don't know they changed the world so much.
Alright, so the ruins. Very Crash Bandicoot.
Including punishments by dropping crates on your head if you don't eat all the pellets.
Thankfully, this game had a little bit of sense.
How generous.
I know. Hold up. I mean, as you can see, we're only in the second world and I've already got 28 lives.
Lives are a suggestion.
They are in this game. Alright, don't step on the obvious death platforms.
But you just step on it.
To demonstrate what it does. Peachy. Ooh, second Peach.
Second death platform. I guess it was more the third one, actually.
Ah.
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 Ow.
I also like how the ghosts have different costumes for each world.
Yeah, it's a nice detail, isn't it?
Oh, I
I
see
think
it.
it's pretty underrated. I don't know how, because it's a remix. You think it would get a lot of sort of tension, but I don't know if it has done. It's on other platforms, right?
Yeah, it's on other platforms. Oh fuck, Pac-Man died.
And he's dead.
It's on
Like, if
everything.
anyone sees the name Pac-Man, they're not really going to be interested these days.
Which is a shame because it's a really good game.
It is.
I mean, I think we're all fairly sure this remake only exists for legal reasons, but you know.
But they're like running out on like a what's it called, like a trademark sort of thing.
No. So there was this Pac-Man collection that came out at the start of the year,
Yeah.
and all the games that had Miss Pac-Man in it had her design changed to Pac-Mom, who's in this game. That's because I think in 2020, Namco lost a battle with the guys who owned the royalty rights. So Miss Pac-Man was never actually owned by Namco. And there was a whole...
Released.
That's kind of weird, isn't it? When she's got
'Cause-
Pac-Man in her name.
Yes, so Miss Pac-Man was basically a glorified ROM hack that was officially distributed by the people who were distributing Pac-Man.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think it was Midway or something.
Midway, yeah. And then the guy who did the ROM hack retained the rights and stuff and was betting royalties. Legal shit ensued. Just some random dude who did it.
And then Midway got bought out by something.
Something, all this other kind of
People are
stuff.
like, oh, Nintendo is so lame. Any ROM hacks get taken down. Pac-Man let one happen, and Jesus Christ.
Oh, it gets wild. So Namco is still allowed to use Pac-Man because
Like, that's not a fair statement. The 1980s were kind of a shaky time for video games.
so Namco is still allowed to use Pac-Man, and technically they own the IP. I think that's how it works. It's weird, but the guy who owned the royalties to it, the guy who originally did Miss Pac-Man, sold his rights just willy-nilly to whoever would take them for some money. Sold them to At Games, who do those terrible Mega Drive Classic consoles. And Namco sued them for using Miss Pac-Man without their permission, but then the judge ruled in favor of At Games, and ever since then, and Namco's been like, Miss Pac-Man does not fucking exist.
That's kind of a shame. Why don't they just make a new girlfriend character for him then? Call her fucking...
Yeah, they did. Pac-Mom.
Right.
So in those re-releases of classic Pac-Man games that came out earlier this year, Miss Pac-Man's been replaced by Pac-Mom. They actually went in and changed the fucking sprite.
Jeez.
And then they remade this game, which had Miss Pac-Man in it.
Why didn't they just... Oh no, that's lame. I mean, the fact that I did not know that Miss Pac-Man was a ROM hack, but that's kind of weird that they could, like, they surely is a ROM hack even legal back then and stuff like that? Like,
This was like
it seems weird that they did a
80s.
ROM hack of the game, and therefore they have the rights to their ROM hack of the
Like,
game.
a wrong half would be like an analogy of what's going on here. It was like a kind of an alternate version of what was going on.
yeah.
Similar to the guy who...
At the end of the day, it is a ROM hack, isn't it? Miss Pac-Man's
Similar-
just like Pac-Man, but they changed the sprite in it pretty much.
And they made
Similar-
it harder.
It has is a similar premise to Eco Man, which became the Mega Man DOS games. It was developed as its own thing, and then Capcom said, like, we would like you to make this, but with Mega Man instead. And that's how the Mega Man DOS games came around. And that was basically just also one guy doing it.
That was one guy doing it. Also, those games are fucking weird.
They are weird. Also nice.
Also, yeah, Story of Seasons. Oh boy.
Yeah, Sword of Seasons is its own.
I've recently learned about that. That is a
Yeah.
fucking winding path.
I was watching this, like, as it was happening, like, what is going on here? Oh, God.
because of how the deals worked, and then the name was owned by someone but not someone else, but the rights to distribute the games were, and it's like, what the fuck? So the two franchises basically swapped names. It's weird.
Yeah, thinking about it will give you a headache. So I try not to think about it.
Basically, TLDR, Harvest Moon is not Harvest Moon. Story of Seasons is Harvest Moon, but it can't be legally called Harvest Moon because Foresight's a bitch.
And then Harvest Moon became its own series, which is mostly the same.
It is mostly the same as Harvest Moon used to be, but worse.
Yeah. I don't know what you expected there, by the way.
I expected the butt bounce to work. Ah. So I fully expect...
Hey Sean, look! It's that new character, Pac-Man!
Oh god. That's the Texas version.
I'm sorry.
Pac-Man?
I saw the low-hanging fruit and I took it.
Ah, fruit.
Eh.
Green banana.
Too bad Tash is on deaf and couldn't hear you say that.
I also think they probably just wanted... So part of this would be because if they were to include it on, like, you know, God forbid there's a PS1 game included with fucking PlayStation Plus. But if they wanted to do that, they couldn't. So that probably explains this remake even more.
Sound effect reminds me of something you'd find in, like, Link's Awakening or a similar 8-bit exploration RPG.
Ooh, there's the Galaxian. I keep wanting to call it Galaga, because Galaga is a sequel to Galaxian, but...
Is the backstory of Metal Pac-Man just... There was a Metal Mario?
Basically.
Just like... It is basically the exact same power.
I fully expect there's going to be a remake of Miss Pac-Man's Maze Madness. And it'll be Pac-Mom's Maze Madness. Hasn't quite got the same ring to it, but hey-ho. Copyright law's a bitch, isn't it?
Mom. That's the best I can... And is it... And it's not his mum, is it? Is it?
No, it's his missus.
Which is called Pac-Mom, alright.
I need to check something.
I just wonder how close to Miss Pac-Man could they have called him could they have called her Pac Misses?
Probably not.
This is Mrs. Pac-Man? No.
Given how At Games is exceptionally money hungry, if you couldn't tell by how cheap their shit is, they would find a ground to sue.
I got curious and looked up something I don't think it exists, and I was right. There's no Pac-Man Puyo Puyo game.
There's no Pac-Man Puyo Puyo?
Yeah, which confuses me because, like,
everything.
that was also
Kirby
around
had
the time
it.
where everything had a Puyo Puyo game. It was Kirby. Okay, Kirby, Mario,
Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Sonic. Thank you. That was the first one I was thinking of. Yeah, like those four, but no Pac-Man.
That's
I need
bizarre.
to look. I need to look up what the Japanese name of Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine is. I expect it to be like Sonic Puyo Puyo, because that's what all the others are called.
Pac-Mom was even in the Smash Ultimate stage.
Yeah, she is.
Oh. Doesn't have a Japanese release, apparently. At least I
Oh.
think it does. Let's see.
I mean, it's got Long John Baldry Eggman in it, so...
Yeah. It was just something that was released in the West, and then just got reported over later. Which I guess makes sense because most of them
And then turned up in Sonic
anyway.
Mania, and no one in Japan had any fucking idea what was happening. Like, why is it suddenly Pure Pure, and why is it playing the boss music for the devil?
So this is for the 25 lives come in.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Time for a bounce round.
I hope there's not going to be an ice cream round.
I mean, you can make ice cream out of all this shit.
That's true.
You know, I find it quite interesting that there's been this, like, PS1, PS2 era revival for, like, obviously Pac-Man, Klonoa, Mega Man's had a massive one. You know, it's great, it's cool, it's awesome.
Live Alive has come out of nowhere.
Live Alive just kind of happened.
I also played that.
Live Alive is a very good game.
I've yet to play it, but it is on my to-do list.
I didn't know it was a remake until after I beat it.
It's a SNES game,
Yeah, it's an SNES game, only released in Japan.
like 1994, and it has a huge cult following.
You know, Trials of Mana got remade for some fucking reason. There's been this huge like love of like these like 90s, early 2000s games coming back, and I'm all for it. Unless you're Sony, at which point, fuck you. What's the PS1? There you go, Nick. Here's something that'll shock you. I think there's more, there was more N64 games on N64 Online after 4 months than there is PS1 games on PlayStation Plus after 4 months.
Wow. But wasn't PlayStation the one that's supposed to be good with backwards compatibility?
No, that's Xbox.
Why? Right.
PlayStation was good with backwards compatibility until Jim Ryan took over, and he openly said, "Why would anyone play any old games?" Then makes a subscription tier that costs $150 a year to play PS1, PS2, PSP, and PS3 via streaming games. There is none of the features in the other ones for the PS2 games. They're just the PS4, PS2 re-releases from like when they tried doing that for a week.
It's about the simple naming to me. Like with Xbox, it's like, you know, I couldn't even tell you the order of the system's names now. It's like Xbox 360, One, One X, Series X, maybe something like that. But
No, you got it right, actually.
You got it right.
but you know, that isn't the backwards compatibility with Xbox pretty good?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Exactly. They're completely different names. Someone told me, right, you can't play Xbox 360 games on the Xbox Series X. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Whereas you can't play PS3 games on a PS5. You know,
So-
you can. It's
No,
just like, what?
well, alright, so I'll explain this to you. So on the PS4, they released certain PS2 games, like upscaled to 1080p, trophies included, all that kind of shit.
Okay.
There was a very limited supply, they did it for a little while and then just kind of stopped.
Oh.
Um,
Did they tell them?
No, they just kind of stopped. And you could stream via the cloud PS3 games, because obviously emulating the PS3 is a fucking bitch.
emulate PS3.
Granted,
Why
Sony
would
has
it
all the
end?
knowledge to do it,
I
they just
wouldn't know
won't.
the first thing. But...
Like even PS2 emulation is still not perfect.
Yeah, so Sony's big thing, you know how people bitch that Nintendo systems are all proprietary? That's nothing compared to what Sony was doing.
Sony has been
For the PS3, they made an entirely new processor structure that nothing else has ever used before or since.
The idea of that because they really
look up the
playing
hey
the
Lang,
game
look up the
legally.
history of the Betamax.
Yeah, Sony still is to be fair, all about proprietary shit. But you know, you can play your so that was it really. There was those few PS2 games that didn't even work right on the PS4. And that was it. PS5 can play PS4 games mostly, some have issues. God knows why, because the architectures are fucking insane. You can stream... Right, so I'm gonna... Here's a moment for me to be annoyed
Up, gentlemen.
with Sony, right? So there are 3 tiers. So there's Essential, which is just PlayStation Plus. There's Extra, which has PS4 and some PS5 games in it. And then there's Premium, which has the PS3 game streaming and the classic games in it.
A bit confusing, isn't it? Jesus.
Yeah.
There's
So
3 tiers, so that's what what's it called? PS Online or something?
yeah, so there's Essential, Extra, Premium. So
Right.
there's very few PS1 games. The emulator doesn't work right. Months go by, so it's been 4 months, and I think only 2 of those months they've added any retro games.
Why is there 3 tiers? Is it like the McDonald's chips sort of thing, where they've got the medium there to promote the large?
So I don't know, but basically nobody is subscribing to Premium because there's no fucking point, because they're not doing anything with it.
But the premium isn't worth it then?
No, it's way more expensive. You get everything in Extra, but you get like... I mean, like, this past month, there has been no retro games added at all.
Right.
I don't know how you mess up a PS1 emulator.
The PSP emulator is the same as the PS1, and therefore thinks the PSP's native aspect ratio was 4:3, when it wasn't.
It's
16:9.
no, it's... wait, really?
Yeah.
No, I had. Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
So that's great. And then the PS2 games, this is the best one. So the PS2 games on that service are the PS2 games they did for the PS4. So that's good.
Right.
Complete with the same issues, same frame rate problems, everything. Just brought over. They haven't done any new ones. And then we get to the PS3 streaming bit. So it's basically they took PlayStation Now, which was PlayStation streaming, and just kind of chucked it in the service. But what they did before that happened is they took a load of PS3 games out, and then what they've started doing is adding them back. So one of the things they did recently was, oh yeah, you can play all 4 Sly games via PlayStation Plus Premium through streaming because they're all on the PS3. Even though the first 3 Sly games were on the PS2, you could have just done that. And everyone's like, oh cool, Sly's back! And it's like, it was already on the service, they just took it out and then put it back.
They take it out?
Yeah.
No, but why did they take it out is my question.
Because they've got nothing to add to it.
Fuck.
Yeah, no.
Sony like money.
It's fucking...
What is Sony working on right now?
sweet fuck all.
I was gonna say, like, because you're saying, like, they're not adding any classic stuff, and I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe it's to focus on new stuff, but I mean, I don't keep up with stuff.
So they just remade The Last of Us for some reason.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't think so.
God of War 2, which comes out in 3 weeks. I want to remind
What's that?
everybody. God of War.
Oh, God of War 2?
Well, God of War Ragnarok.
Okay. And is that good?
That's out in 3 weeks and you wouldn't know it. Apparently they're remaking... They're remaking Horizon Zero Dawn, apparently.
Didn't a God of War game come out not too long ago?
2018.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the reboot, 2018.
Well, sequel.
Are you sure it wasn't a reboot?
It's actually a sequel.
Oh,
What's the one where he has a kid? Is that one?
yeah, it's that
Yeah.
one.
2018, really?
The actual God of War series goes like way older.
2005.
It was like PS2.
Yeah.
The one with the boy is like a
boy.
remake series.
They are apparently remaking Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a game that came out at the same time as Breath of the Wild.
How come Sony just seems to remaster everything?
Because they're making 12 live service games at the same time. 12.
Jesus Christ.
They've outright said, yes, we're making 12.
12? What? Right.
So, they've put more games on PC this year than they have published games on PS5.
But, right. When you say live service, are we talking about the sort of live service where they eat each other? Because doesn't them making 12 make a... Isn't that
Yeah,
really
so
bad
here's
idea?
here's my worry about that, so you're correct. You know, Nintendo has a live service game, it's called Splatoon.
Pretty much.
It doesn't have recurring revenue,
No.
but it is, you know, in a way, a constant engagement machine.
Yep, it's got, you know, it's got rotation thingies.
Yeah.
To put it as simply as physically possible. You know, it's got stuff that changes, they're adding content to it.
Yeah. And they had Smash Brothers.
Mario Kart to a degree now with the DLC.
Mario Kart to a degree, you know.
It's
But
pretty
they
much
aren't
two online
asking
games,
for you to
isn't it?
play
Mario Kart.
daily. They're not asking for you to, you know, clear through a battle pass in a month. That kind of shit. They're not asking for more revenue either. What Sony's gonna do is the Fortnite, Rocket League, Fall Guys kind of thing. And here's the thing, doing a few of those works. Like, Epic Games can manage 3 at a time. 1 it did itself and 2 it bought. Kind of works out for them because they're all different genres as well. Sony making 12.
Actual question. What's the third one?
Fall Guys, Rocket League, and Fortnite.
Rocket League. Thank you.
Yeah, they won't.
I forgot they own that.
So, bear in mind, Sony owns Destiny 2 now.
Destiny what?
2. Well, they bought Bungie.
How's that working out for them?
They're keeping them multi-platform for some bizarre reason. They bought them, and they've been open about this, specifically because they know how to make live service games with high retention.
Head of Sony. 'Cause I just like the idea of them saying, right, we're going to make 12 live service games. Like they looked at gaming for a second and didn't think of any. They just said, right, live service games are doing good. Get me 12 of them. Get me a dozen live.
Right, here's the thing.
games.
Doing maybe 3, and then seeing if
This
one
is like-
sticks.
Thing is,
Cool.
like, I swear, like, is trying to be sarcastic, but like, the MO might have been exactly that, which is
No, honestly, I promise you, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't see
So,
what else would
no,
lead to
here's the
12
thing.
live
So
service
what
games.
they're doing is having a live service game is good for recurring revenue because Sony makes, let's be real, a very narrow kind of content. All their games, and I've been saying this for years, their games have kind of got a mold. A bit like Ubisoft's.
Yeah.
Where you
Maybe.
so think about The Last of Us, Horizon, God of War, even Ratchet and Clank to be fair, Uncharted, you know, all those big blockbuster games they push all kind of have the same thing going.
And all be followed with the word remaster, I think.
Well,
That's a separate issue, but
that's a separate problem. You know, so the reason they're doing PC aggressively, it must be said, is so they can get extra revenue from existing games to, you know, shore up the cost a bit of making these new games, because these new games are big, expensive, take fucking forever. I missed that entirely. You know,
nice.
so that makes sense. It's an extra revenue stream. Same reason Nintendo does mobile games. It's just a little extra bit of revenue to short of some costs. The problem with Sony is, unlike Nintendo, where they have a game that goes on to sell 40 fucking million units, and very quickly that is just pure profit, their games do 10, maybe? Hence the higher price, for one. And it's like, they don't make as much money back on what is a much bigger investment because their games are more expensive to make. So
Yeah.
they're making mobile games now.
So AAA games aren't profitable.
Yeah. So they're putting everything on PC because additional money from something that's already done. They've started a mobile division. Again, that's fairly safe. And then having a couple of live service games with recurring revenue is probably not a bad idea. Because you're going to get revenue streams from that. The problem becomes when you make fucking 12 of them at once. And they want all these out by 2025, by the way. Bear in mind, the user base for this is going to be most likely PS5 and PC and maybe PS4. Those games are going to cannibalize each other. Because people only have enough time to play so many games.
Yeah, like 12 live service games.
So, like, I can play Splatoon 3 fairly religiously.
It's a fun game.
That's about it.
Splatoon 3 has a lot to offer, really. I mean, I've pretty much put most of my time into a side mode, fucking Salmon Run. And there's bloody hell you can get hours out of that with the new King stuff.
Yeah.
And how fucking lit.
So having a couple of them, I get 12 at once, like over the span of the next 3 years, cannibalizing each other. Seems like a wasted investment.
I mean, I've literally, well, if I could, I would balance the. I think there's about 5 live service games I sort of care about right now, but I'm having to just like fucking kill off my list because it would be Fortnite, Fall Guys, Pokemon Unite. Well, Splatoon 3's got the catalog, and what's the other one? Overwatch 2 now as a battle pass. So it's those 5 that I don't have time to play them all. So now I'm sort of just the only 2 I really care about right now are Fall Guys and Splatoon 3.
I see you're a man of culture.
Fortnite is like I've played it enough. I've got nearly 4,000 hours in it. That's enough. I've dropped on that battle bus one too many times, I think.
You milk Fortnite for all it's worth, my guy.
You know, it's a good idea on paper, but they're going way too hard into it. And again, we've got to assume they all stick. Or even one of them sticks.
There's absolutely, even if they made 12, there's no way they're going to be good either. You can't make 12 and have it be as high quality as making 1, surely.
Well, here's something they did. So, at the launch of the PS5 was a game called Destruction All-Stars, right? That game was originally going to be $70. And it was like, you smash your cars up in an arena, it's kind of like a battle royale kind of deal, that kind of thing, right?
Right.
Very live servicey.
I've heard of that. It's like a fucking free-for-all, isn't it?
Yep.
I remember
It was going to be 70, then the price got cut, then it went free to play because they stuck it in PlayStation Plus.
What the fuck happened to it? I haven't heard about that.
It died. Like, they practically gave the fucking game away and it just did not work. Because they couldn't get the content out fast enough.
Potential.
It wasn't compelling, it's like loads of reasons.
I legit remember that. Why did I even see that? I must have got sent a trailer or something, because it wouldn't have been a Nintendo Direct, would it? It's a Sony game.
Sean, the Galaga door is further back.
Is it?
Yeah, you passed it already. It's before the pool.
But yeah, the whole point was it's like if you just remove the ball from Rocket League and you'll just fucking drive into each other, right? That was basically the main thing. Oh right,
Yeah.
And isn't there a bit where you like when your car gets exploded, you're on your feet on the ground? Yeah, I remember that shit. Like
I have to go to a meeting. I'll be back later.
that looked fun.
Yeah, it just died. And that's the worry. Like, they're going to have loads of those. It's kind of why I fell off my PS5 to be honest after Ratchet and Clank. It was like, wow, this is ain't doing it for me.
PlayStation in general has just become trash.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'm not
I'm
really.
gonna if I'm gonna get a console other than a Switch, it's gonna be an Xbox at this point.
I mean, my Xbox friend that is, well, he's more of a PlayStation bummer than an Xbox One. He was bragging that he hasn't had to pay for a PlayStation game in ages. That's a... Basically, his argument was that, you know, he gets everything he needs on PlayStation Plus or whatever, but...
But you could use that argument with Game Pass, because Game Pass has a far superior selection of games.
True. But he wasn't really fighting against Xbox there, just,
Well,
you know,
yeah, I get that.
But here's the thing. If I wanted to play, like, Horizon or The Last of Us Remastered, or, you know, eventually, because it's going to happen, God of War Ragnarok or Spider-Man 2 or Wolverine, I've got a PC that outperforms the PS5. And it does.
The thing is, at the end of the day, I'd rather pay for a game that is good quality and I'm going to enjoy than have it handed to me through something like PlayStation Plus or something like that. Because I'd rather give the money to the people who made the game than a company like Sony.
You see, I've got a slightly more skewed thing, so this is my problem with Game Pass. We all know how Halo Infinite turned out.
Halo Infinite.
Just because it's on a subscription doesn't mean it's gonna be good.
I mean, who the fuck would even think that anyway? I don't know who was thinking, oh, it must be good, it's on a bloody subscription.
Well, here's the thing. The thing with the subscription is it's got to be quantity. Same problem with Disney Plus right now. It has to be quantity over quality to keep people subscribed.
If Nintendo made a proper subscription service with like the new games on it, Jesus Christ, they'd lose money, so much money.
They would. But these other two companies can do it because they sell their consoles at a loss.
Well, Xbox more than anything can definitely do it because they offer it to PC as well.
Well,
I feel like
Yeah.
they make a
buys,
lot.
like most of their games, isn't it?
I just think they make a lot from Game Pass on PC because, well, I don't know many people who don't actually have it on PC.
I don't use my PC.
Well, yeah, obviously, I mean people who actually like full-time play on PC that I'm friends with.
Fucking nothing I need for it. The Switch has Fall Guys now. Might as well bin this PC.
Well, no, because you can still stream and make videos on it, which was actually intention with it in the first place anyway, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the fact that I only started playing Fall Guys on PC because didn't want to miss out on an Among Us costume. That's pretty much it. And then it came to the fucking shop.
That radiates cyan energy, I'm not gonna lie.
It kind of does, actually. But at the time, I didn't know there was going to be other colours.
Yeah, well, even still, like, would you change it now?
Yeah, no, probably not. Because, I mean, I got good Fall Guys experience.
Exactly, you would have been a brand new player when it came to Switch otherwise.
Yeah, but you've
Would
also
it
played
be,
platformers
like-
before, so you would have been fine.
Well, true.
I did do pretty fine on Fall Guys when I
To be
first
fair, though,
played. I must have got a win without
given
spending,
the
like,
Switch's like demographics, I'm fairly sure most people on the Switch would have been fine.
well,
The Xbox people I'm worried about.
I don't know, ask the 4-year-olds on
I
it.
was gonna say, I mean, the demographic you want to look at is the fucking age demographic, and then have another look. Because then again, like Fall Guys is pretty sweaty at the moment from what I've seen, just because solos. It's got like all the hardest fucking rounds, hardest variants. All that's left is sweat. 'Cause I think all the little children are playing duos and squads in hopes of being carried.
I mean, the Switch's core demographic, despite what the UK regulators are trying to tell us, arguing between fucking Microsoft and Sony, which is getting very tiring, is that the actual primary demographic of the Switch is people my age.
I mean, it's pretty much it's how it got sold, really. When Nintendo tried to sell the Wii U, it was directly at fucking 3-year-olds.
Directly at fucking kids. Well, this one was like, it fits in your life, and I'm like, oh my god.
I think that was all worth it for the ads, though. I think it was the Mario 3D World where it's like some kids pitching the Wii U to their parents. That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, and it's like, this sounds like a business meeting.
Like, it actually comes with multiple power-ups. Yeah. Oh, fucking hell, kill me now. coaster. Woshi! It's a double Yoshi explosion. Good old Wii U.
I like
Yeah,
not
the
thinking
Switch-
about the Wii U era advertising, actually.
I think I'm pretty sure the Switch is going to pass the PS2 in sales. What do you think?
That's 155 million.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was something near that, wasn't it? I thought it was 152.
DS. DS is like 154.
Best selling console of all time.
Switch is currently number 4.
You're right, 155. Yeah, Switch is number 5, but well, it's 5 as of I think it's June, and it's like 6 million behind PlayStation 4 at then. I feel like it's probably there now.
It's probably there now.
Like,
I reckon. Well, it'll definitely pass the Game Boy.
well, Game
So it's
Boy
definitely-
is just above PlayStation 4, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's
By a million.
the gulf between DS and Game Boy is quite big. So it'll definitely come third. It just how much further will it go?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think if it's got multiple years left in it, and you know they probably do like price cuts and whatnot.
Because they still haven't.
Like they've cut the regular Switch price, haven't they?
Only in this country, yeah.
Only here.
So you
Once
remember
it
when
starts
Sony
cutting
upped the price of the PS5 in every region that wasn't the US because of currency conversion rates, because they're now based in the US? So the prices had to go up. Nintendo did that with the Switch in the UK by dropping the price to better reflect the currency.
Yeah, I remember reading that.
But that's
It
it.
shows the difference, doesn't it? Nintendo dropped the price, Sony fucking jacked it up because of well, why did Sony jack up the price of their console? Wasn't it just like
Market
because of-
conditions, so the cost of making it, shipping it, all that kind of shit, plus currency conversions and stuff. Whereas Nintendo's was always sold for a profit, and they were like, yeah, the currency conversion's less favourable if you're in the UK, so we're going to cut the price. It's just like, what? But yeah,
So
I think
sell the
once the
consoles
Switch
for a
is
lot.
6, they might start cutting the price.
PlayStation, I feel, has gotten by this far just because it's a household name, really, isn't it?
I mean, if you read through the things that the UK regulators reporting on the fucking fighting between Sony and Microsoft about buying Activision and all this kind of shit, basically the entire belief that Microsoft has is that as soon as PlayStation started marketing Call of Duty with PlayStation, PlayStation Plus subscribers basically skyrocketed. And what they're worried about is if Call of Duty ever leaves PlayStation, then that number will plummet.
Who owns Call of Duty now?
Still currently Activision. Microsoft
Oh,
is trying to buy Activision.
Ah, now I understand. Jesus. Yeah, the Switch doesn't even have the Call of Duty on it.
No.
Call of Duty is like the fucking go-to
So,
sort of shooter.
Brazil's regulators turned around and said, "It's PlayStation will be fine if Call of Duty leaves PlayStation because it wasn't always there, and you know the Switch is fine without it anyway."
They're not Nintendo. I mean,
The UK regulators like taking a different stance because their argument is, should Microsoft decide to lock it to Game Pass, even if it's still on PlayStation, they could have an advantage in like subscription services and stuff like that. But it is bizarre because Sony did in the PS3 era, while Microsoft was marketing Call of Duty, had like Killzone, Resistance, all these first-person shooters that if they had kept around and built up, they could have right now in this circumstance, should Call of Duty leave them, be a Call of Duty competitor for their platform. As soon as that Call of Duty marketing deal went their way, those franchises died. So, yikes.
So how come Microsoft having trouble buying Activision, or Activision just being a bit like...
No, so it's regulators looking into it.
What, they won't even... What, are they just trying to stop a monopoly sort of situation?
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Ah.
The Microsoft's argument is, we're third place in this race and we always have been, so like, what's the issue? We're not gonna topple PlayStation with this one thing. And the regulators are like, That's basically it.
So is it Xbox then that's arguing PlayStation will be fine then? Surely
Yeah.
PlayStation don't want to take
PlayStation's acting like it's gonna kill him, and
Right.
Microsoft's like, shut the fuck up. They're like, oh, you can't keep buying all these businesses, and then Microsoft's response is, well, when you entered the business, you fucking bought Square Enix, so shut the fuck up.
God, that would be big though if Microsoft bought Activision. I didn't realize how Activision had such a big fucking role in it. Why didn't Activision make their own console or something?
They don't need to.
True. I guess they're better off having it on. Actually, yeah, I suppose that's part of it as well, isn't it? Activision probably rather keep selling games on both consoles, but isn't it in their best interest for them to keep fighting each other?
Well, Activision wants to be bought. That's the thing.
Oh. It wants to be bought.
Yeah. Do you know what's happened to Activision in the past year? I'd want to be bought too.
What's happened to Activision?
They own Blizzard
Activision
for one.
Blizzard. Oh, I know. Did not click with me that. I forgot they're part of Blizzard now. Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, what a nightmare situation.
Blizzard sucks. Their new game sucks. I hate this fucking life.
You know.
I miss Overwatch
Stuck in
1.
bronze still.
No, I've been stuck trying to do my last placement for 5 hours.
What, you haven't got a win in 5 hours?
Yes.
I think you need to eat something or something.
I haven't eaten in 6 hours. 7, 8 hours.
Right,
I
this
played
boss is
Red
fairly
Dead
annoying.
Time and also didn't win a single game. I was just gonna say Overwatch 1. Bro, you were meant to finish this like an hour and a half ago so we could have dinner. Cause you were carrying on with that shit. Oh.
Easy clap.
Kill that rock dog thing.
Yeah, what a nightmare situation. You've got Xbox wanting to buy Activision, Activision wanting to be bought, but I didn't even know regulators could.
They have to.
Right.
Well, it'd be a bit unfair if Xbox just keep buying everyone.
Yeah, what we've got is Activision wanting to be bought, Microsoft wanting to buy Activision, and Sony throwing a fucking hissy fit in the corner because...
They have nothing.
And I quote, what if they make their version superior to ours somehow? So the arguments they had were they could lock content to it. You mean like you do now because of your marketing deal? They could make their version run better mysteriously. And it's like, because they've got the higher power console. It's fucking Sony getting their knickers in a twist for basically having the shit they've done since they started entering the console business happen to them. That's all it is. There's a part of me that's like, wow, popcorn, but then there's another part that's thinking, just shut the fuck up.
It's an interesting situation, but I mean, it's just kind of an endless argument, I imagine, back and forth now.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Sony, you don't need Call of Duty. You're making 12 live service games. That'll go fucking down well.
Well, is the fucked up bit. So the UK's regulator has basically turned around and said, yeah, so Sony is the market leader, and
Market leader?
yeah, the market leader in console. At least in this country they are.
Selling better than anything else, or?
In this country, yeah.
Wow. There's a fucking chavvy nods like my friends.
We really do live in the worst country, don't we?
Hmm.
Gonna move to Scandinavia.
Wow, I killed that motherfucker before he popped out the ground. He dropped a bell.
I saw that. Like, where the fuck did that bell come from?
I was like, where did that come from?
Did the game really just give you an option to just give up, basically?
Yeah, lots of games do that these days.
Bro, they really do
Fucking
pad
annoying.
generation, don't they?
Nothing pisses you off more than having a game say, oh, it looks like you're having a bit of trouble there. Would you like it to make it easy for you? Fuck off. Let me fucking retry.
Would you like me to feed you your Cheerios for you?
Yeah. Well, looks like you're shit at this game. Should we make it easier for you?
It keeps
Fucking
getting
show you.
worse.
I don't even know what easy mode does in this game.
I don't know either. I assume it... I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Makes you invincible. Easy.
No, that's the fucking super guide in New Super Mario Bros.
Super Mario Bros. Would you like Luigi to beat the level for you? Yes, please.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was, but I remember New Super Mario Bros. Wii, there was, I don't remember if it was a guide or whatever, but there was, in-game, you could do like a replay of 4 people doing the level with Yoshi in it, and they spend the entire level, like, throwing Luigi to each other, out of Yoshi's mouths and into the other, like, they didn't let him touch the floor throughout the entire level.
Yeah, there were those weird bonus videos, weren't they?
It was like 1 dash, I don't know, probably a 1-3 or something where they get Yoshi in it.
That
Literally,
I
the whole
fucking
level, they're
remember.
just passing Luigi to each other. He doesn't hit the floor once. It's really funny.
You know, this is a very strange concept for a boss. He's been on his DJ turntables to break the shield.
Good though, it's something different. The bosses in this game are pretty good.
This is an entire stage about using the rev roll.
I think it's programmed pretty well. I always thought like, oh, I'll end up shooting myself off of it because it's the same button as you do
So-
the charge up shot. But
Fun fact, in the original, that was a problem.
yeah, I bet. Like,
Because in this version, they have you snap to the center of the platform. They didn't in that version.
oh, there's a
So you
chance
could
to
actually
red-
start rev rolling and not be spinning the thing, and then just launch yourself into the abyss.
Thank God that's fixed. They've done a pretty good job with fixing it too. That lightning is some bullshit. What the?
Perspective got me there. Right. This is all about fucking patience, which, you know, I play Sonic games.
That was such. Oh, pisses me off so much. The fucking The fact that you compare patience with fucking Sonic, because yeah, fucking, it was always the most annoying part of Mania for me. I have to stop and wait. I play Sonic because I want to go fast. Let's go.
Play Sonic Unleashed.
Oh, I don't intend to play any other Sonic games.
You go fast with some of it.
Probably not the load times.
No.
Origins was alright. Mania better though. What were bugs in Origins? Because I don't think I came across any. It's apparently a buggy game, right?
It was before they patched it.
Oh, it's patched now. Okay, maybe that's
Well,
what it was.
mostly.
Mostly. I mean, Fall Guys just had a patch fix because on Switch the shop would crash well, the game would crash every time you tried to go to the shop. And, you know,
I imagine that was high
getting
priority.
money, that got that got fixed fucking snappy. Oh fuck. You know the Switch users. You know probably are. That's a question. I don't know if the Switch would be is it a huge money maker for Fall Guys? You'd think it is because it's. I mean, I don't know. I feel like
I
it's a pretty good
genuinely
platform.
doubt we'll ever get that info.
Yeah. I just feel like because it's a platform, so surely it's a big Switch market. And it's free now. We'll never know.
I mean, maybe.
Just made me wonder, like, that would probably decide how big of a priority it was to fix the shop.
God fucking damn it, that death laser. Oh, I do know one fun fact, and this is a study that happens every year for some bizarre reason. And this is genuinely coming up in conversation because this is just information I happen to know. Because it amuses me. So every year Pornhub puts out a survey telling people what devices they are watching porn on the most. And try and guess what the top gaming device for that was.
Top game, probably Xbox.
No, it's PS4.
Oh, well, okay. Right. I don't know how to respond to this.
So you can tell your friends that PlayStation players are the biggest wankers in gaming.
Yeah, that's something, I suppose. PS4.
There were people doing it on the 3DS.
The fuck?
It had an internet browser.
I mean, yeah, I didn't use it though because I didn't have an internet connection in my house till like 2014, so just in time for Mario Kart 8 Online, thank God.
But no, I just like that little bit of trivia that if it has an internet browser, they are watching porn on it.
Gee, fucking. Did that KFC console ever come out?
I forgot about that.
You get to put your fried chicken in it?
Was that just a meme?
Maybe. I mean, probably. What games were KFC going to put on it?
I mean, it's probably got more games than Stadia.
Out of nowhere, it's KFC that buys Activision.
I don't know how to... I forgot about the KF console. Hold up! This motherfucker went through that motherfucker. Also, what was it with PS1 era games and having the brown jungle ruins aesthetic?
Reusable assets or something?
Because this game does it. Crash Bandicoot did it. Tomb Raider, obviously.
I really thought of that. Maybe the game designers were just kind of into it.
It's like how in the early 2000s, platformers in 3D had a... And I noticed this. So, platforms that come in pairs of two, and you stand on one and the other one rotates around it. That happened a lot. Oh, I just need to beat you, and then we're done.
I feel like he probably is the boss I spent the most time on, maybe other than the final. Oh.
You know what it is? It's the fucking enemies. The enemies will get you.
Best thing to do with the lightning is just bait him into going for either side with it, and then just go for the other side where the lightning isn't. That's what I did. Because it stays there for so long, you can basically just do the other two tiles while he's doing it.
It's just a big pharaoh statue, like... Who knew a statue could fight back? Actually, to be fair, with some of the shit you see in Tomb Raider, this isn't that unusual. You know, zombie robot centaurs and all that kind of shit. Come on. One more.
Oh, I thought you had one life left. Oh shit. No. Oh.
Fuck you, you piece of shit.
Oh, fucker.
That is probably the hardest boss in the game. Which is a bit weird.
Weird. It really is.
see if I can reclaim those lives I fucking shattered.
They do not make that wheel easy either. Like full gambling.
Death laser. Pew pew. Gotcha. Right. That's the ruins done. The high pack
I
though.
feel like it's like it's nice simple completion. Like you just get a crown next to the thing and then that's that. You're done with it.
Right. Let's go do the ruin mazes. I think what makes this harder is the ghosts are faster than you. Nice. Or as Wee Bowling would say, nice pair.
Oh yeah, Nintendo Switch Sports. Did they get golf yet?
Apparently it's been fixed this week.
Oh yeah, it's gone offline, hasn't it?
Smooth as a wee babby's arse. Nailed it. Stage 3. Right, what's next? Oh yeah, space. Everyone's favorite frontier. Alright, base. Which is like the only part of this game where Gallagher makes sense. This might be my favourite area.
Be mine. I don't know if I have a favourite really. Actually, yeah, it probably is maybe actually. It's nice aesthetic. Got some cool little. Obviously, it looks a lot like Fall Guys Season 2 actually, the space thing. Got like beams and the stuff like that. Ooh.
So we've got enemies that we can only butt bounce. And lemon. Could have timed that a bit better. We had these weird timed light bridges from Portal. Because that is all I think about. Well, I got the pack dot at least. And there's the Galaxian door. I like how sometimes they don't even try and hide it. So yeah, just fucking have it. Oh, this is the one with the fucking lasers in it. Right.
They are really difficult to see.
Try being colorblind.
Oh my god, yeah, they are pretty much the same colour as the stage nearly. Well, they're not red for some reason. That would kind of, I mean, I don't know if that would help you, but I feel like at least that would make sense. There's this like light pale green. It's like, oh great, that looks deadly.
Of course it was the red one that was fucking following me. Are the ghost colours recognisable? Yeah. Because they're quite pastel-y, so that helps. Alright, the big ray lasers are on a timer.
Oof.
For some reason my brain was going, you saw a cherry door. I was like, no I didn't. Yeah, that'd be great if I was on the right side of the fucking laser. God, Jesus, damn it. Yeah, fuck your challenge. Alright, I need to get in between these ghosts. God, fucking hell. Pac-Man. All right. This bonus stage is a little funky.
I like it when you get to the bit where it's got the zigzag, because you can just go in a nice line.
Yeah, you can just do it in a nice line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just nice. There's a little OCD part of me that's like, yeah, that works. 6. Ooh. Well, that's not. Damn it. That was close. As we said earlier, this is a very cozy game. So this level has both the key and the next hostage. Hit that switch. And bridge. Right, there's the Gallagher platform. Oh, these little bastards. Put their fucking shields up and you try and rev roll them because you can't bounce on them. Maze time. Oh, it's going to be even harder to see the lasers on this one. Well, this is going to put me in quite a predicament. Because the last dot being in the center is always nerve-wracking. At least that maze was nice and early in the stage. Alright, Pac-Man, take the meteor to the face. Right, I can't jump on you, but you put a shield up.
When the shield's up, you can jump on him. It's one or the other. If it's down, you can't. If it's up, you can. It's hard to tell, because even though it's like he's got like the sparkling at the top doesn't fully go away when he's got the shield up.
I did notice that his spark things did go down.
Gotta bait his shield out and then jump on him. I'll do that. Fucking snipe him from a distance.
Ooh. This laser lasts longer than it looks. Oh, well, there's the great bandana lemon.
Yeah, I don't really know what the point of that is. It's just the lemon, but he's got a coat on. Wearing a
The lemon, but he's cold.
pretty much.
It's got a nice neckerchief going on. These lasers do last an unhelpfully long time.
Very glad you don't have to recollect anything.
No, that is nice. This isn't Banjo-Kazooie.
Probably want to cry. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat some food. Good luck with Pac-Man.
Oh, I'm gonna need it. Just realised I'm completely missing the letter A. Right, hit switch 2. And while we're here. Easy. Alright, time for the OCD satisfaction again. Nice. Alright, 6 spins of the wheel. Already proving I'm not good at slot machines. I still got 4 extra lives for it. Gimme space. The letter P. Oh, well, that was boring. Mm-hmm. It's all fairly comfortable stuff. And then I just get pushed off the edge. Consume. Okay, bridges. Let's go this way first. Oh, hello. This is fairly comfortable so far compared to the other stages.
Everyone left! That makes sense. We've been gone for like an hour.
Yeah, fair sure you have.
The meeting started an hour ago. I'm positive I've been gone for an hour.
Ah.
I honestly thought you were going to stop after the second boss.
No, I'm going to do 3 in each session.
Okay.
So assuming I'm not knackered after my 8 consecutive late shifts I have to do.
What? Don't answer that.
Because, you know, I have not missed being at work.
Yeah, me neither.
This is going to be a fairly short one. I think it's a fairly short game, to be fair.
Makes sense.
I mean, it was on the PS1. And most PS1 games, unless they're RPGs,
Are not that long.
tended not to be that extravagant.
I'm trying to think of RPGs on the PS1. I can only think of 3 right now.
Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9?
I didn't think of any of those, actually.
Chrono Cross.
I was thinking of Chrono Cross, Wild Arms, and Symphony of the Night.
Wild Arms. Chrono Cross. I mean, Final Fantasy 6.
That doesn't count.
RPGs on the PS1. What else is there?
To say Final Fantasy 6 is on the PS1 is an insult.
Yeah, that gives people hope. Legend of Dragoon.
Oh yeah, that was on PS1. What else?
Star Ocean?
Huh?
Star Ocean?
That was PS1?
Maybe.
Oh, I guess it was. Let me actually look.
Look at the little space helmet ghost.
It might have been because I know the remake was on PSP, and that tends to happen. Oh no, SNES. Or
Oh, huh.
Super Famicom, I guess. Super Famicom, I guess.
So here's something I didn't know you could do.
Second Star Ocean was on the PlayStation. And I guess a couple after that. Alright.
These bouncing purple balls of death, you can bounce on them.
Oh. How convenient.
That's the only time you need to do that. Because the rest of the time they're floating between platforms you can easily jump to, so I assume they're an obstacle. You know, as one would.
Mm-hmm.
This one's got meteors raining from the sky. I'm going to go to the middle now. That's like someone slamming a door.
That does sound like someone slamming a door. That is very weird.
Probably where they got the sound effect. Look, the moon. Not Pac-Man shape, that's a disappointment.
This
It
is
can
a
be,
Sonic Adventure too.
said Dr. Eggman.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Let me just take a drink.
That sounds like a good idea.
Because given, you know, my room has a very sizable PC currently going in, it's quite warm. Alright, slot time.
Maybe you'll get one of these.
I'll be honest, don't take me to a casino. Unless
Okay.
it's to play poker, at which point, take me to a casino. But don't let me sit at the table for too long because it gets suspicious.
Understandable.
So, you ready to play Galaga?
Oh, hell yeah, I'm ready to play Galaga. Yeah, it's a screen nuke. Figured.
This is as closest to modern Galaga as I think we're gonna get.
Most likely.
I do enjoy a good top-down shooter.
Yeah.
I mean, even a scrolling shooter. I feel like one was more prominent in arcades until that's top down. No, bitch. I know how this shit goes.
You just smash A to escape.
Yep. Again, this remake is the most love Gallagher's probably ever gonna get. Giant crab. Damn it. I've played enough Gallagher, I know what I'm doing. Much like in Contra, a spread shot makes everything better.
You happen to know if his eyes get a full heal each time you destroy one, or are they...
I assume they do. I feel like it's best just to focus down on just one at a time.
Because if they didn't get a full heal, you could take advantage of it that way.
Yeah, they clearly do.
Ah, yeah.
And that's how Pac-Man played Gallagher?
And that's how Pac-Man killed everyone. Probably.
Probably. Also, this means Gallagher is canon to Pac-Man.
I thought it was always canon to Pac-Man.
I mean, that means Mappy is too, technically.
Heh. Heh.
But who the fuck remembers Mappy?
I don't.
Well, now we've beat the first 3 areas. The next 2 are unlocked.
Oh, it's 1, 2, 3 in a circle.
It's not a circle. You can only go to...
Oh.
So it's 1 with 2 on one side and 3 on the other.
Oh, I thought you can go from 3 to 2. My mistake.
I mean, in the original it was a big fucking line, so... This is an upgrade. Plus there's a teleporter now, so... They gave you fast travel in a game that absolutely does not need fast travel, but...
You tried.
Right, that line of... dots at the bottom worries me.
Should have gotten them earlier, forehead.
Uh-oh. I don't like it when they turn around on the spot. Please don't do that.
Never punished.
I only die 3 times. Oh, I'm gonna want that.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, it's easy to see why Pac-Man was so addictive. Everything just kind of clicks.
Mm-hmm.
Easy clap. Right, we're about halfway through. How long did it take me on the first playthrough?
27
hours. Is that because I left it in sleep mode?
Let's pretend the answer is yes.
I hope the answer is yes, because that sure as fuck ain't right. Right, so next time, whenever that may be, maybe tomorrow if I'm not hanging out my ass, we're gonna finish Pac-Man World. Or get close to it, so at the very least do the next 2 areas, which are
Right.
Industrial and Carnival.
Cool.
And the Carnival one has the best death sound effect in the game.
You have my attention.
You know the Kremlin like death sound in Donkey Kong Country? It's as good as that.
I don't remember off the top of my head.